subscribe for more videos.
Welcome one and all to Bellwright. This is the Warmaid's Rebellion. We're returning with Hannah Kalea, the Warmaid of Karvania, and this time she's going to be doing a rebellion from the ground up. We did our Bannerlord series with her, a couple of them, and she's been elsewhere on the channel, so named after my lovely now 8-year-old. So she's going to be taking over Karvania if all goes well, or getting brutally beaten, because we're going to go into some higher settings than we had on our live stream series. Let's get her started. Hit the finalize. We're going to go with Hannah Kalea. There we go. And raids on. Let's go through the difficulty settings. It says difficulty is default. This is not changeable. I'm guessing this is part of this or an early access game, so there's lots being developed and changed as we go. Recently, they had a major update adding a huge extra section of late game content, which I've never even looked at. So, raid frequency is going up. Raid strength is going very high. Brigand reclamation frequency up. Reclamation party strength very high. Bandit migration frequency, let's make that really annoyingly high. Multiple threats at once sounds fun. Okay, this is going to get our butts kicked. Let's give ourselves a skill buff. Speed skill buff. So learning speed of skills, let's put it up to like 115%. A small increase so that we can progress things a little bit quicker. Let's make it actually 120%. That's pushing it for me. We'll leave all the damages as standard. Skills requirement standard. Oh, man, we could cheat. We could really make a game-breaking cheat and go fishing difficulty down. I mean, maybe, but probably not that important. Camera preset static. Dynamic. I've never looked into that. I don't know what the difference is. I think static is what I've been using, but I don't know. Let's play. We'll get a story here quick, and then I'll let it play through, and We'll be back once she is actually in the world at the Bellwright Tower.
Isn't it funny how one small decision can have consequences that ripple through history? Or are we victims of a predetermined path? Was it chosen for you the day you visited your favorite woods on your 10th birthday? Was it destiny that the royal family were hunting there at the same time? From a tree on high, you watched as Prince Voldar and Princess Osen laughed, talked, and tracked wild animals without a care in the world. And you watched in helpless horror as a stray arrow bolted through the trees, hitting the prince in the chest like a lightning strike. Just like that, the prince was dead. And when the princess found you standing over her brother's dead body, it felt as though the gods were playing a cruel trick on you all. In the panic and confusion, you ran from the scene as fast as your legs would carry you. Fueled by rage and grief, the king demanded the head of any child who fit your description. Fearing for your life, your father asked a friend to bring you far away. Away from the king's wrath. In the middle of the night, you were taken from your home and brought away on horseback. In tears, you called out to your mother, but it was too late. Your old life was over. For years, you hid from the royal family, your resentment growing. You heard stories of your homeland, the rise and fall of a rebellion, the death of the king, and the reign of the evil Queen Osen. But on the eve of your 20th birthday, your guardian, the man who smuggled you out of Karvania and kept you safe all these years, was brutally killed by a mysterious assassin. As he died in your arms, his hand clutched a coin with a strange sigil emblazoned upon it, a clue. Now, you have returned to your homeland for answers, through choice or through fate, vengeance would be yours. But how will you fare in a land you no longer recognize?
There we have it. The backstory for our character, and the plot begins. We'll be doing the questing stuff by skimming through it. I do have the AI voices on. I don't have. I don't intend to make you listen to me read all the quest stuff to you, and I'm not going to read through all of the letters. That's going to be part of the compromise to get things through and to not horrify you. But each of these things is going to tell us a backstory of the world that we're in. You know what? Maybe we will. Maybe we will go through them and read them. Do we have... This is in the Codex, yeah. The Karvanian Uprising. 10 years ago, tragedy struck in the kingdom of Karvania when Prince Voldar was killed by a stray arrow while hunting with his sister, Princess Osen, who pointed the blame at a young child that was in the area at the time. Fueled by his fury and grief, King Rowan ordered the execution of every child who matched the description of the one who killed his only son. In retaliation, a counter-movement was formed to protect the children of Karvania. To ensure the safe future of the youth of the country, the rebels planned to march on the Gauntlet, Karvania's capital, and take the king's head. However, tempted by promises of gold by the king, an unknown member of the rebellion helped set an ambush for the that seemingly wiped out the rebellion leaders. After the betrayal, the rebellion fell apart, and brutal times followed as the king died and was succeeded by Queen Osen in the years following. The final death toll of the rebellion is believed to be in the hundreds. And this is Chapter 1, Herondine. Herondine is believed to be the oldest settled village in the lowlands, but conflict is sown into the very foundation. Within years of its establishment, the settlers of Herondine became divided on the growth of their village. Some wanted to expand north, while others wanted to stay close to the valley. My grandmother told me stories about the early settlers, recalls Rosetta Omari, a 100-year-old woman who spent her entire life in Herondine. The folks were barely had enough buildings to shelter everyone, and yet they still bickered day and night about the future of the village. They decided to appoint the first elder for leadership. But those who wanted to push north sabotaged the election, and a chicken ended up as the elder. Not a figure of speech, a literal chicken. The chicken was said to be an uninspiring, indecisive leader, and a human took over the leadership post a month later. Alright, so the absurdity level of the beginning of this place leaves much to be desired for them. Looks like we got a beautiful valley to explore. I haven't actually stopped and looked at it from up here. That's pretty... Whoa, okay, I'm not looking at it from up here anymore. It's pretty cool. Down there is Herondine, I believe? Yep, we're looking down over Herondine. That's the town we need to go to. And it'll be the first town that we want to liberate, because that's the story. We got a chest full of some goodies. I'm seriously concerned about an apple and a turnip sitting in a chest. Clearly somebody's taking care of this. Torn piece of paper. We're fighting to save these innocents, but it's getting harder by the day. Who could have known that the butcher with the grim name is someone who's got a soft spot for kids? Together, we're a makeshift family in this mess. But there's talk of a rat among us, someone leaking our next move, maybe even leading the king's dogs to our door. Can't trust anyone these days. And then there's my own kid, always looking at me like there's something up, like they know there's something up. Makes my skin crawl. I'm in this to protect them, but how do I shield my own from the storm like this? Every move we make feels more like a gamble, but we're in it too deep now to turn around. The last words of Bellwright. I'm the caretaker of this bell tower, entrusted with its maintenance and protection. My duty has been to ensure that the bell atop this tower serves its purpose, to warn the people of northern descent and foreign villages of the impending danger. For years, I have stood watch over the land from the heights of this tower. It has been my responsibility to keep the bell in working order, ready to ring out in warning in the first sign of trouble. But now, as I pen these words, the tower lies in ruins around me, a testament to the passage of time and the neglect of a once vigilant community. I write this note in the hopes that someone will stumble upon it and learn from my mistakes. Our failure to maintain this bell tower is what left us vulnerable to the dangers that now threaten to engulf us. I can only pray that whoever finds this note will take up the mantle of responsibility and restore this tower to its former glory. May this bell tower once again serve as a beacon warning, guiding the people of the lowlands through the storms that lie ahead. Ooh, very, very dramatic start. All right, we are going to go from dramatic reading, you're welcome, and I apologize all at the same time, to basics. We're going to start by collecting stones off the ground and getting plants out of the ground. We are going to want to very quickly go and do our quest, or do the current quest, top left of the map, or top left of your screen, which is searching for answers. My food is already running out. And we'll get the, talk to Dobron, Dobron Yorkland, and get ourselves set up with some basics. We're looking for some, let's get some food. Oh no, we don't have that. Let's get the apple. So we got 3 different foods. We can't eat another berry because we've already got berry in our, basically in our stomach, so to speak. There's 3 food slots here, and each of them is going to contribute like this, a health and a stamina amount, and the regen for each of them, and some of them have different different satiety timings, as well as different buffs that they might afford us along the way, so we can get, you know, foods that are better and so on, but we'll go into those details when we see them. I'm looking for more saplings. We need about 6 sticks here, 6 wood. And let's see, where are we gonna get more in there? There's a sapling in there that we can just rip out. We need to make an axe. I can't chop down these little trees for more until I get the axe. Where's a bit of wood? There's another stick there. Good. Is that an herb that I said? No, that's more stone. Okay. So look at that. We got some hemp here. Always worth picking up hemp early on. It seemed in our stream that was a major bottleneck in the first stage of the game. Berry bushes. No thanks. Tripping through the bushes here. There we go. We got enough oh! What did I just pick up? Was that that was a stick. Okay. I think now, there we go. Quick craft. We have just the attributes. This is our inventory page. I just for this. This is our current inventory. We can get bags in this slot here that expand it. We can get a quiver. We can get seed or food bags and so on. Quick slots would be for like medicine or things like that if we wanted to use them in combat. Our weapons and armor is the 2-handed back slot for a 2-handed weapon, and we have a first hand and second hand sort of thing. Hold down here, we can make ourselves our first axe and then put that in one of our hands. We can also make a torch for when it gets dark. There we go. We've used up some of the resources we had with us. That's fine. We'll have lots of time to get more things. So basically just grab and go. I would highly suggest not dawdling too much here because it's just a matter of getting down to the village and talking to the boss dude. Well, just don't break your ankle on the way. Down somewhere this way. Here we go. So now we get into the village, towards the village, and we'll see that it's going to say things like this. Stick. Harvest. Belongs to the nearby village. So when you're in a certain proximity of the towns, you won't be able to harvest things. So plan accordingly with your buildings. So if I built my town like right up here, and tried to establish whatever really close, most of this area would be inaccessible for our team, our crew. We will like think of like Bannerlord meets Medieval Dynasty. Like it's Medieval Dynasty with a lot more combat.
I miss the days when we could travel freely.
With a lot of combat. Maybe the other dynasty I tried to push a cow out of the way and he's like, nope. Or she's like, nope, you ain't that big. That kitty cat. Hello? Aw, cute little kitties. Yes. I'm not allergic to cats in video games. Just in real life. So it's great. Merchant, okay, cool. And this guy over here, here's the guy. You look at our map, there's a little icon, the exclamation being where we want to go, and this is the details about the town. We'll learn about the people that are available for hire, how our renown, or not renown, our trust with the town. Right now we're a total stranger. Nobody wants to talk to us. And construction, militia, and village, and all that is much later after you've liberated the place.
I think we need to talk, traveler. You're a new face around here, and new faces showing up rarely ends well for this village. I have a duty to my village first and foremost. I need to know who you are and why you came here.
Well, I mean, you no harm. I came to the lowlands looking for answers.
Looking for answers, huh? In a perfect world, I could give you all the information you need, and you could be on your way. But speaking openly can be a death sentence these days. As long as you're asking questions, you're putting us in danger.
Well, also, you wouldn't get to know my great personality, and I wouldn't be able to help you out with 100 different get the rats out of the cellar quests, you know? Do you have permission to stay in the village, at least for now?
No, but you have my permission to build a shelter on the outskirts of the village. Come back once you're set up, and maybe you can earn your keep.
All right, I'll do that, and I plan to earn your trust one way or another. I'm forcing trust on... No, wait, that's not right. All right, let's head over to the general area where we set up last time. Last time we settled ourselves right around a little whatever, wreckage or whatever here, a little ruin over here. I'm going to kind of go down near the main road this time, see how that pans out. Oh, building and construction. Oh, thank you for the tips and tutorials. We'll disable the pop-ups. Love them, but we'll leave them off. So just gives me a quick rundown on how to do things. Very useful, but not what I want to be doing right now. I'm going to also do the try not to break my ankle. There we go. All these people we can chat with? This guy's a jerk. Oops, sorry, brigand. I totally didn't mean to run right into you. Kinda did. Oh, inventory. You can see our food numbers are down. So look at my max health here. It doesn't show the number, which is kind of annoying. It would be nice if it like had a rundown on your health and stamina maxes here. I'd really appreciate that. Like, there should be another section down here, not just saying, oh, you got a skill gain from having eaten an apple. Thanks. What is my health and my health regen? And what is my stamina and my stamina regen? Because each food that you eat, like this one, right-click to consume, now increases our stamina and increases our max health by a bit. So you can actually see your villagers all of a sudden look like they just took damage, but they actually just increase their max. Like, they can be, you know, at 100 health, and then they eat a nice, tasty steak, and all of a sudden they're at 140 max health, so they have to regen that health. It's kind of cool. Right in here, starter tip, right by this little shrine, you can go and loot the shrine's offerings. Nope, somehow that does no problems. Everybody's like, must be like, hey, look, the gods listened, or whatever they're celebrating there. They listened and they gave me my thing. Over here, we're gonna find some mushrooms. I'm gonna grab a few of them. So we got a variety. And getting some stuff before we go... Oh, we're full now. Getting some stuff on the way to town will mean we don't have to take as much from around town. Some things do respawn. So our food crops... Oh, hello, deer. The deer. Various different things will respawn. Do note that if there's a particularly lush patch of mushroom or flax or ore or whatever, if you place your buildings really close, it will stop the respawn. Actually, I don't know about ore. That was probably a dumb comment. I don't know if the rocks respawn. I doubt it. But trees and flax and all the rest of it are vital, and we will need them to respawn. We'll need them to, like... Well, we'll have to use them. We'll have to use the trees and have them regrow and so on. Speaking of which, I think we'll use this intersection-y area here. Now, we are going to, before too long, I mean, not in the next first 3 or 4 or 5 episodes maybe, because this is not going to be a clip little bits and show you, I'm going to set up a town, and then blink and there's 17 buildings all around and I've spent 3 hours of work. That's not what you're here for. If you are cool, there are lots of videos out there like that. But we are going to have some stuff edited out. So we're going to start by building our first building. And what we're going to be doing is, later on, what I was going to say is that we're going to end up getting to the point where we've got a lot of, what was blocking it there? Rock? Oh, where's the rock? Oh, back there. The tip of the back of the building is clipping that rock back there. We can't remove rocks right now, so there we go. All right, so that's our placement. But we're going to want to replace, like, we're not going to always live in a personal shack, and the villagers aren't going to always use the same structures. So let's use the flax on this little icon. The log pile is your supplies pile, and it's going to show you what you need. We had all 10 of the sticks. We're short a couple flax. I did see some down the path, back down the path here. Let's grab them. Speaking of paths, I'm going to be, like, shotgunning crap at information at you guys. Hopefully some of it's useful. I'm sure most of it you already know. It'll be some banter to keep your ears occupied and slightly annoyed, possibly. But I'll throw the gab at you here until I've got some basics built. But what we're going to be doing is trying to get as much helpful information to begin with as possible. And so it'll look not tutorializing the whole series, but trying to be useful so that at least if you're new to the experience of the game, or maybe there's something that I found that I did wrong and you can correct it, or something that I've noticed that or somebody has explained to me that you may not notice, so you can we can play off each other's information this way. So feel free to comment. Almost backseat game if you must, just with respect and helpfulness, and I'm all into it. We've unlocked tier 1 technology, just placing all the components that we had into their spots. Personal shack. We can hit Z to open our codex here, and all the things that we've interacted with, all the fruits, the vegetables, the tools, all are going to be showing up here. And you can always go back to these tutorial things if you want to, so that's nice to have them there. They'll always be here. I don't know actually if shutting off the tutorials things means they don't show up. I said disable them. I hope they still show up in this list so we can always go back to them. Anyways, we've built our personal shack. There's a whole bunch of other stuff, world lore, stories, and so on. And the old coin. Yes. Old coins from the age before the tyranny of Karvania. Gifting them to elders will increase the village's trust for you. Okay. Cool. Let's mark that off as red. So, we now have a personal village. Now, if we open our build menu, we've got a whole set of new things. So we've opened up tech tier 1. So let's talk about the tech tier. Actually, how do I... U for university, I guess? I don't know. This is the tech tree. And there's quite a bit to it. We just made the shack, this first one. It's actually called shack, even though it's... I don't know if that's what it's actually called in the other game. We can make a research bench and a campfire because we've built the shack. And then we've unlocked tech tier 1. So everything up to this little horizontal line is available before we get to unlock past that. We have to get a village hall built, which is a fairly substantial structure. But everything from our outhouses to our foraging camps and building stuff and crafting and so on will be available to us down here tech-wise. And to do so, we're going to need to build a research bench and such. Let's put a campfire in first so we can get started on some food. We'll tuck that over here. The little naked green people. They're a little weird and creepy and makes my 8-year-old laugh hysterically half the time. As you would expect from an 8-year-old. This is our building. We need 1 more wood and 1 more stone. Go ahead and grab those. I'm not going to be too picky about about stocking materials. We're just going to grab stuff. We'll take a run, get a bunch of things, come back, do a bunch of building. There's a few more stones here. We'll grab them for the next builds. And what you'll see is I'll probably do a good deal of what was it? What do we call it in Aska? It was fartleg, because that's a Norse term for speed play. But we'll do speed play where I basically fast forward some basic behaviors, some basic repetition things, and that'll speed it along the process for us all. Well, for you. For me, I have to go through it the hard way. Live through time for real. And then, yeah, we'll speed through a few things and get all the content without all the waiting. All right, we picked up some beetroot jam along the way there. That's pretty cool. XP skill gain. I guess we'll go ahead and wait on that. And then we've got the spicy hearty meat. That's combat ability. Okay, let's go with the beetroot. That's got a huge stamina. Now let's oh, we got berry on there already. Let's just put like a raw mushroom in our belly to keep us going for a while. Now, the satiety of fresh fruits and veggies like that is pretty darn low. I'll build this campfire quick as we can. This is not in sped up mode. This is me talking through it. You can see it actually happen. It's pretty quick for these basic buildings. Later on, you have to use a hammer, and hammer like, oh, I'm not exaggerating, maybe 500 times for some of the bigger buildings. So that's crazy. Let's add some wood to the fire, and then we can add some of these mushrooms that we... Oh, we didn't pick up enough mushrooms. That was only one. Let's go grab 3 more mushrooms so we can get the 4 spits of the fire set up. There we go. Actually, let's grab a couple more. So we have 2 batches of... Oh, did I get them? 6. I did not. All right, let's drop the tree seeds for now and pick up that beautiful mushroom right there. All right, there we go. Got some supplies. More fires, or more things on the fire. There we go. We'll get that cooking. Next thing I want to do is build a research desk. Let's build that close-ish to this fire. Like that. Good, and it needs some flax, some wood, and some logs. 2 logs. Okay, we can get logs down from these trees. Let's go ahead and knock out these trees that are... actually, let's go ahead and knock out the tree over here. Because I think we'll put our houses back this way. They do have to walk to the houses and from the houses every day. So I'm going to put them here so that they're not running back and... You know, all the work stuff on that side, some houses along this side of the road, and that should keep us... you know, reasonably organized for now. Like I said, buildings will be replaced. We don't want them living in shacks when we've got higher tech, because then they feel like we're neglecting them. And that would be rude. We don't want to act like that, do we? These logs take up a lot of space in your inventory. It's a space-based thing, so 1 log is taking up 9. And so you got to kind of play into how that works space-wise. It's a fairly common system for an RPG. That axe away before you do something stupid with it, lady. You're dangerous to yourself and others. Okay, maybe not. 4 more flax and 6 more wood. Let's go grab that quick. Alright, I ran into inventory troves. We should make a storage. I was playing this, and my 4-year-old walked by. I was playing in between streams the other day. My 4-year-old walks by, and I had a torch while I was gathering stuff in there, and he's like, almost panicked and then kind of confused. He looks and he goes, "Dad, isn't that dangerous?" Walking around in a bush with a torch, and he's concerned that I'm going to start a fire. Like, man, you're an awesome kid. All right, mushrooms. Roasted now, great. So now we can have a look at the difference in the nutrition of those before we put them all on. Yeah, 16 and 14 with a 0.1 and 2 per second versus 25 and 12. So slightly less stamina, noticeably more health from it, and stamina regen and health regen are better. So generally, cooked food is going to be better for you. Yeah, pretty much all the time. Cooked food's going to be better for you. What else do we have? We need just a little more wood. And I'm going to actually go ahead and queue up a chest here. Chest or 3. No, not on the side. Let's put them... let's put the storage... The food storage right here. Let's do that. Hopefully that's not going to get in the way of that rock. What I want to do is tell this to not select... not allow anything except for food resource. And then we're also going to... Oh, no, we're going to... Not X-Find. We're going to rename this as raw food. Raw food chest 1. There we go. We can copy rules from other chests later. We need 3 flax, 6 wood. So let's go get this 3 flax, 7 wood, which will let us have both of those buildings done. In here, we have young trees. Oh, hello. Somebody's walking out on the road. There's merchants walking by. Also, why it's really nice to be in this area. It's going to be great transition and spot to interact with the neighbors. We are full on food again. Got the wood, though. There we go. That wood's put away. And let's get this thing built up now. We got the research bench. There we go. Don't beat it up as soon as you build it, crazy lady. Man, She does dumb things that I make her do. We're looking for more flax. You know what? Yeah, inventory is pretty close to full. Let's just grab the 3 or 5 or whatever flax we can find here. If we can find some. Ooh, wolves. It looks like probably wolves. They're stationary, so it's usually animals. Yeah. The raider type of guys, the bandits that we set to unreasonably dangerously high. Which is probably going to come back to haunt me fast. Those guys usually are moving around on the map, so easy enough to see that. But if you mouse over them, you can see what's on all the spots on the map. This is a wolf's lair. Great. That's what it's called. Lovely. I'll grab a couple sage while we're here, just so we have unlocked the sage. And I know there's a relatively early quest about sage. You need two more inventory slots full. There we go. All right, let's get back to, yeah, we're already blowing through our food like crazy. I mean, it's raw food. We've got plenty of it for now. Ooh, hemp. We got plenty of it for now, and we've got, oh, hold on, actually, we've got plenty of it, which means I can go ahead and eat something. And then I'll grab that hemp, because we never want to leave hemp around behind. Right now, it's going to be the key core ingredient, that and flax, to our ability to produce, well, basically everything early on. So there's the 3 flax needed. We'll put this chest together. We'll be making a lot of these over the ages. So that's our food chest, our raw food supply, and we'll start storing things in here. So if I had items, well, we'll build another chest, and we'll show you what I mean. I want another one right tucked as close to that one as I can muster it, without it glitching out. That looks about as close as I can get it. There, but perfect. All right, before I build it, I want to immediately go here, copy the rules from this chest. So this is both, this says raw food in the other one, but I'm not going to detail that right now. Cooked food, I'm not going to go through the, that's not how you spell chest. Chest 1. Cooked food chest 1, raw food chest 1. I'm not going to go through making them separate for now. We can do that off camera or at another time. All right, so I need a little more wood and a little more food. But what happens is we can actually copy rules. So I can look at the other building there, and I can just copy the rules, right? Which lets me which lets me do that repeatedly, kind of all over the map. But what I was saying is inventory, for instance, in our backpack here, we have roasted mushrooms, and you can see the little blue bar under there. That's their, not durability, their rot level, basically. They'll expire. If we have 3 of them, it's 1 bar. And so when I take it off, you see how these are all stacked? Now these are unrotten. So only 1 item per stack is rotting at a time. In your inventory, they're not stacked. So bear that in mind. That's going to make a big difference for your total going forward. It is getting late. I'm blowing through time. It's after midnight of the first day. I'm not going to actually end the video early or anything, but I do want to get a lot done. I'll be doing about an hour, 40 minutes to an hour, as we do as kind of a standard in this kind of game on the channel. I've done other ones. We've got Aska on here. We've got lots of Medieval Dynasty. If those are of interest to you, maybe check those out as well. But what we're going to do is those quick play that you've seen so far, buzzing through a little bit of time in fast mode in the post edit. Whenever I can muster myself to shut up and let you just see the fast stuff, we'll do that, and I'll go for maybe an hour or so. Oops, I picked up more sage than I wanted. We'll go for maybe an hour or so and see how far that gets us. And what's that I hear? You guys hear that? Oh, so this meadow stuff might have something to do with the apiaries. This is like these lush meadow things have that buzzing. I've seen it before. I've never done an apiary. Oh, I don't have inventory space for that. I've never done the apiary before, so it'll be new to me. We don't have a berry there, but we probably do here. Yeah, we use a regular berry rather than let it go to waste. All right, now let's get this chest built. There we are. Now we've got the cooked food side and the raw food side. So we'll go ahead and put some, berry jam counts as cooked food, I suppose. That's our food storage. Let's get our gear storage in here as well. I want to do maybe some tools and some gear. Yeah, let's go like across from this chest like this. There we go. Excellent. 3 flax and some more wood needed. So I'm going to buzz around and grab a bunch more wood. And now that I've got the inventory space, I'm going to use it. I'm going to dump everything in here for now to clear out my space. A cooking book. Do I need to use a cooking book? Probably not. Let's skip that. We also want to build, and I'll get it started before I go and buzz through a bunch of stuff. I'll place down the other buildings I want. I want a crafting station here for building our equipment, our basic gear. That's going to require 3 stone, 3 flax, and 5 wood. Grab back those stone. There we go. Notice the pile is like on top of the research bench. It's a little janky there, but it works. You can't build something if the stockpile is piled up here like this. Here, see, we have like the stockpile here. The space where the stockpile sits is not buildable until the job is finished. Once we have that chest finished, the stockpile disappears and it frees up that space again. And then let's build some housing for our people. We'll build a housing tent. We need at least one to get our first friend a safe place to stay. How far back can I build these? That's going to be a log in the way. Then these trees are going to be... Okay. But we give them a little bit of space on this side of the fence. That's probably okay. Like this. Boom. And now, like I said, we could have built another unit here. Let's actually look at that. We could have built another building here, but it's like, hey, there's stuff in the way. You can't build here. There's not... It's the stockpile for the first building. So... plan accordingly. If you want to build both, you'd kind of have to do them in sequence. So we flax 2 logs and some wood. All right. Let's take down this tree, and then that'll get us the logs. And then we'll go load up on wood and flax, and I'll come back and dump it off, and then we'll do the building with you here in normal speed. All right, I think we have enough to get things rolling. Let's go put this together first so we can sort out our storage. This chest is going to be general goods. Chest 1. Not 21. 1. Oh. Let's just say goods chest then. Apparently it's a very short text box. Alright, and then rules-wise, we're going to actually go ahead and copy one of these and then swap it out to resources. I'm only putting resources on there for now. We'll sort the rest later. And then we'll build another one of those right beside it. Again, it can fit real tight, but the stockpile is going to be... Oh, the stockpile in this case is right here. That's fine. Oh, I didn't get enough flax, really. I did put enough in here. That'll do. Good. Good. Another chest here, and this one we will copy from the goods chest 1, and we'll rename this as goods chest 2. That's fine. I'm going to keep the flax and such on me as we go ahead and stock up on the rest of the builds. So this is our workbench for making basic tools and supplies. It says workbench number 1, manage workers, requires workers. So we could actually give instructions to say build this many of that or build me 5 of these, and that option will come available once we have somebody in the morning. That's part of our goal today, but we'll see. I can build things right here, similar to what I can do in my own pocket, but I can also repair things like our axe. Do note that the repair doesn't matter. It basically if the tool is full, it can't repair. If the tool is anything but full, it can repair. The amount to repair is based on the same amount no matter how much durability it's lost. So this axe is good for a long time. We wait until the axe is finished, is broken, and we save ourselves some resources. At this point, probably doesn't matter, but later it will. And I'll take that guy back, and we'll get the some of the resources out of this goods chest. Sage and hemp we don't need right now. Probably not the stone either. Do a bit of sorting things here. Actually, let's put like wood in this one and stone in that one. Good, sounds good. And yeah, something like this. And then over here, we can put the other stuff. That sounds good. And now this needs to not be anything but raw food. Getting sorted, that's great, feels good. And this one needs to be nothing but the cooked food. Well, there we go. And speaking of which, we can up our mushrooms, because it was getting low. We could also add our beetroot in there. We'll leave the spicy meat in case we have a known combat coming up. Or it's starting to go off, and then we'll switch. I can also craft myself stuff, but let's go ahead and show the repair of the torch. I have no sticks. Alright, it'll take 1 stick to repair. Now, strangely, it also takes 1 stick to build, so it's kind of redundant, but that's the process. Each item repairs and builds has sort of a timestamp for it to take, and that's adjusted by your skill. Alright, I will take the stone and the flax and the wood and stuff. Ah, a new day has dawned already. Man, I'm babbling so much, I'm behind. Alright, well, we'll do this and put the wood in here. Oh, we're short 3 wood and 2 logs. The logs are here. Take that. Take another one. You can't move yourself. You can move while you're doing this, but it interrupts your move, so don't do it. I'll grab that and get it out of the way. Just toss her on the road here for now. That's like that. And we'll grab some wood. I think these are, yeah, these are valuable. I think it was just 3 we needed. We'll grab what's here. Oh, and there's more here. These 2 are young tree. Apparently I'm backhanding that other tree. That's right. Harvesting level up. So it's a grow as you do type of a skill set in the game. The more you do the thing, the better you get at it in various different ways. Let's put the rest of that in place. Great. And then we'll build up this shack. We'll put that axe away. I told you, she does silly things with her weapons in her hand. She can barely handle it. Being the Warmaid has taught her to swing first and ask questions later. But alright, this tent, easily constructed. Put a few bits and pieces together and hastily appoint some leaves, and there you go. There we have it. We have our housing tent. So this one is going to provide 2 accommodations, which is great. Our villagers will be happy to have that, and we'll need some storage, further storage for different things as well. So I will put 1 more chest together, and that's going to be our start out as our gear chest. We'll put it, let's put it right here, tuck it in with these ones. Yeah, right there is fine. Got the flax, and we got the sticks. Good. Excellent. Now that is going to be renamed to Gear Chest. Gear Chest 1. Excellent. And we'll go ahead and switch that to anything and then blank it out. What I want is armor, gear, weapons, and tools and ammo in here. All of that will be diversified later, but for now, it's a good start. So this can have, I can leave this stuff in here. The torch I'm going to carry with me. We'll go ahead and put the stones and the sticks away for now. And let's grab the roasted... Oh, we don't have the roasted mushrooms finished. That is because the fire ran out before it finished. So things can rot. We don't want that to happen, but I'm going to put that in my hand. Go ahead and toss a little extra wood on the fire. Let those finish out while we're out. That's not bad. And we'll go up to town and talk to Dobron Yorklin. And when we get there, I'll bring you back. And there's Herndine. Excellent, we return as the mighty champion, village builder. Okay, so we just put a shack and some sticks down. But hey, it's a start. It's a start of something great. And man, this thing needs something great, like a really good makeover, this town.
They've ruined us.
They have. I can see her. I can see what you're saying, dude. It's all ruins here. This place is one step from being an empty, ruined graveyard. But it's got an outhouse. And puppies. I want a puppy. Alright, over here.
I fear for my family. What if they come for us next?
I mean, you should. You really should. It's a pretty rough place here.
You again.
Give me a chance to earn your trust. If I fail, I'll leave you alone.
I'll tell you what. We actually have one problem you can try to resolve. If you're willing, of course.
Of course.
It gets cold around here, especially close to the mountains. If we want to keep ourselves warm, we need fur for it. Rabbit or wolf pelts. But you see, our hunter... Well, we got into a little discussion about how things should work in the village regarding payment.
Mm-hmm. And I'm guessing that you couldn't agree on the issue?
He doesn't want to work with us anymore, but Herndeen mostly depends on him to provide. I want you to convince him to deliver traps.
Get him
If
to
you
go
can bring
back
us
to
rabbit
work.
fur too, that would be very much appreciated. But we can't expect you to do that every day. We want to be self-sufficient with our fur trapping. So the priority is the traps, and the rabbit fur would be a bonus. Take care of that, and then I will consider your request.
Okay, see what I can do. I'll find that hunter
Go
for
speak
you.
with Emily.
Emily.
She's a bit of a troublemaker, but her heart's in the right place, or so I have to tell myself. She has a good relationship with everyone in the village, and knows nearly everything that goes on around here. If anyone can point you in the right direction, it's her.
I'll go do that. Excellent. So we got a new quest to talk to Emily. Emily
The innkeeper's
Feltoy.
been complaining about rowdy guests.
Where are you, Emily? She's hanging out in the sunflowers here. Lovely.
Greetings, newcomer. Say, have we met before? Your face is awfully familiar.
Unless it was like 10 years ago. Yeah, after Emily. Elder told me you know where I can find Liberate.
What can I do for you?
You know where he is?
Unfortunately,
Can you
he's
help
in
me
the
find him?
forest, just up the hill, not far from the village.
I think we passed him on the run, so
Perhaps
we'll go
bring
back
a
there.
book so you have something to do while he rants at you.
Thanks, I think. Excellent. All right, to the quest. Again, we want to keep on those roads because they are good for the stamina. I intentionally didn't pick up anything because I'm trying to get this progress. Oh, that's the wrong path. That goes to the bell tower. Ah, screw it. Let's just run across country. I'm intentionally not picking up a bunch of stuff. Well, right now it's village. I'm in the village area, so we can't, but just to speed things along. And then I went and run the wrong way. There's the path. No, that's not the path. Somewhere near here is the path that'll get me there. There we go. Just getting exhausted. All right, we'll run down the road, and following the map, we'll find Lubomir right over here. On a side note, I didn't make note why I picked the spot I picked, and it's primarily because there's a lot of good resources around there, but mostly because it has access to water. We're going to need it for fishing, and we're going to need it for river reeds. There is river reed here around this little pond, but this little pond is part of Herndeen town proper, so we can't interact with it. So this right here is the edge of Herndeen's property. So we're not in Herndeen, and then we are. We technically are, right? Right? Yeah, because, oh no, we can get sticks here. Okay, so not quite in yet. Okay. I thought this was part of the property. Ah, there we go. Now we're in the town. So it's like right on the edge. So anything in there we can't harvest. Our villagers can't harvest. So it's pointless to be crowding that area. Let's go talk to this fine fellow. Parkour. I just parkoured my way and then stuck on a stump that's 3 inches tall.
Humbling you.
Does it?
What are you looking for? It's dangerous to wander around the woods alone. Haven't you heard about wolves or bandits lurking in this area?
Yes?
You don't look like the hunting type. So what are you doing here?
Oh, you'll find out. Wolves and bandits lurking in the area. Are the bandits riding the wolves or something?
Hilarious. I'm sure you'll still be laughing when a pack of wolves rip you limb from limb while you're still
I
alive.
haven't taken this chat line before.
Or bandits beat you bloody and sell you as a slave outside of the lowlands.
Oh, can you help me at least? If you're worried about my well-being, then you should help me. I need traps and rabbit fur.
You're asking for help, but you don't know a thing about me or what I went through. I used to be a respected member of the community.
Couldn't avoid the
I even
conversation.
could have been an elder if I wanted. but they degraded me because I refused to be a slave to Ashbourne's puppets. So I left. I still tried to contribute from a distance, providing them with fur, food, and creating traps for the sake of the village. But they wanted more. When I asked for better pay, the elder said no, and actually warned me not to ask again. At one point, he said he'd speak to the brigands about my behavior.
I don't want to defend anyone, but it seems like Herondine isn't wealthy enough to pay you.
It's not about wealth. It's about the threat, the disrespect they've shown me. I'm sick of talking about it, to be honest. I need some change in my life.
Now's the time. Hey, it's New Year's. Welcome to 2026, or 1326, maybe? I don't know. What do you mean?
Let's make an arrangement. You need traps, and I can teach you how to make them so you can catch smaller animals.
Mm-hmm.
You look like someone who can get things done. I don't know why, but I feel like you have a lot going on inside your head.
Oh, you don't even know, buddy.
I'm willing to join you if you provide me with shelter and food. Together we can make each other's lives easier in this land. So, can we cooperate?
Never ask a lady what's going on in her head unless you're willing to listen. I suppose that goes for guys too. The raid threat has increased on our village. Lubomir Netterby. He is pretty decent. He's actually quite a lot better than you'd normally get for a low-level character. So he might be like a 2-star, 3-star, somewhere in there. But he's got decent stats. His agility and his archery is good, or max numbers are good. Same as his one-handed and shield and two-handed and so on. So he can do basically anything military-wise we need early on. But his crafting is a big deal because he's got cooking max of 8 and research of 6. So all pretty solid. Gourmand gives him better cooking, and Prodigy gives him better research. You'll always get access to this guy immediately. And there we have it. So we now have a villager. So this is a person that we can get with us to do a whole bunch of things. I can actually give him orders, like say go over here. I can tell him to follow me. I can tell him, set him with R, whether or not he's in charging or standing still mode. But I can also, if you don't know, hit E and then mouse over specific resources and tell him to go harvest them. If I check him out, he's got all these stats. We can set him from companion to guard or worker. We can also tell whether or not he'll hold ground or run away from bad guys if they come to the village or come near him. I'll leave it off hold ground for now in case he gets picked on by 3 or 4 village or raiders at the same time. Reservist allows us to summon him, mobilize him if we hit the call to arms button. We'll look at that later. We can actually practice fight him as well. You can kick people out of your village and get some renown back. It'll tell you where he's living, what he's doing, how his morale levels are at, and so on. And as well as priorities for his job. I don't think, oh, we can set these here. So I can set his research as #1 priority. Do that first, and then go craft, and then everything else after that, right? That's kind of the order of things. Actually, I'm going to do 2 on the cooking and 3 on the crafting. All right? And then we can look at his inventory. He's got a same sort of setup as us, except for he's also got a 3x3 inventory block here to carry stuff. He's got attributes. We could teach him with skills and books. We can give him books. And this is his morale overlay. Gives bonuses at certain levels and debuffs at certain levels. I haven't looked into that much. So we've given him an order to go gather. You see in the back left, instead of where we're normally getting resources, it has a little person icon on it. So you can see that is me picking up a stick. It just shows the wood. And he is on his way to go get mushrooms. Once he's got 9 of them, he'll be full, and then he can come follow me. There we go. Now let's run home, man. I'm going to actually go in the map, and I'm going to right-click on the map near the build area. That's going to send him off, so he won't wait for me to get there. Excellent. What I'd like to do is probably grab some sticks. That seems to be our primary shortage right now. So let's go look for some little trees. There's a cluster of little trees here. Sticks on the ground work too. My energy's constantly getting low right now. Not used to it because later you get a bunch of food types that really help you out with that, but not right now. Well, those are not little trees. I thought they were. Now he's probably already down there. Look, he's already basically there. So what we're going to do is hit O to bring up the army, or this icon up here, and he's in the newcomers squad. I'm just going to go ahead and dismiss him. That's completed the quest to get him to be a worker. We can find in N, our settlement, all the buildings we've got. We're going to first start by looking at the research bench. Go right here. I highly suggest this one. Hit rename. It was pointed out by, I think it was Gemini. Did some tutorials. Put an exclamation at the top of it. It's now up at the top. So if we hit N and we want to update, we don't have to be at the research station to manage it. We can go here and we can tell him, build small traps. There we go. Now he's missing resources, but he'll go around and get those if we've got them. And he'll put them in there and he'll come and do the research, because I have him set in the population tab, as we did from his own personal tab, to be #1 priority researcher. We can go here and inspect him. The only thing we don't get now is if we're not close enough to him, we don't get information on his actual inventory. We can check that, however, if we go here and we can drop our drop-down list, and it'll show what he's actually carrying right now in inventory. So he'll do lots of fun for us, and hopefully that's useful tidbits. Again, I'm going to throw tutorialized fun at you a little bit when I think it's relevant, and spew out basically all the knowledge I have at you in about, 10 minutes per video. And the rest we're just going to fumble through and figure out together. Oh, look at that. I'm fighting it in the tree instead of using the hold the E button thing. All right, how much more space? We get a little more from these. We get 1 per hit there. Oh, hello. Hemp. Right, I forgot there's hemp up here. That's fine. There's more hemp up here. We can get it later. Yeah, I'll also try to tutorialize stuff, mention things as I go, just to make it useful so you can learn as you play. Seemed to be appreciated in other videos we've done of the same genre. He's off doing something. What is he doing? He's running right down the street. It says, delivering flax to research #2. Oh, he's going to go get the flax because there is none in inventory. Okay. So he's going to go out and... Whoa. He's going to go out and find stuff. Oh, I see. The food all finished. He must have prepped some of those mushrooms that he picked up. Cool. Oh, and I'm throwing them on the floor. That's rude of me. Sticks-wise, we can go in here and dump them off where our goods chests are. And we don't have... we got some spoiled food. So that 1 stack has now completed and spoiled. That's fine. We'll have lots of food real soon here. So we got 6 quick mushrooms. I'll go ahead and add that to the inventory. Now, he will eat that if I leave it. So I'm going to take it out of there, and I'm going to put it in my own personal chest. He can't touch this stuff, but this chest does not stack. That's like an added inventory for you. It does not stack your supplies.
The village is looking better and better.
Yes, indeed. I'll probably look to shut those voiceovers off from them yammering at me in the video. It's going to be awkward when they start doing that, when I'm doing a time-lapse thing. So, what else do we need for the village? Well, he's going to build up the skill, or the research for that.
Day.
It is, man. It's our first day. It's going to be a great one. He's about to finish that. There we go. And now we can go in and give him a new task and say, let's get a logging camp together. And did he put the log away? Where did you put the log somewhere, bud? We had a log, didn't we? Maybe he didn't. Anyways, we gotta take down some trees. Let's take down this tree and get a log in there for him to do the next research. And then we also need him to put together some small traps. The quest has us let your settler craft... Oh, that was smart. Crunch. It's a good thing there's no damage from falling trees. I just lost my research and my workbench. Let him craft a trap at a simple workbench. Pick up the trap and set it yourself in a dense forest with bait. So if you look on the map, that grayed area, the shadowed area, this counts as forest. If I put it out here, it's probably not going to trap anything. Anywhere in there is probably going to do good. That's the implication, I think. Dude, I'm at... Really? I was working here. Just plows the log out. Get out of my way. You got it sitting on my work. I mean, it's reasonable. We had it sitting on his workbench, so... Whoa. We don't want to hurt our new guild member immediately. Just be rude.
I feel it's going to be a good day.
It still has a requirement for a log, so if I put that in there, he'll then continue consuming that, and then he'll run the whatever minute process. So, and I can get you to make a small trap. That's going to be wood to get the small trap built. So let's log some, or pop some wood in there. I think we probably want, like, I'll throw the logs in here for now. I think we probably want, like, quite a lot of traps. Oh, look at that. Let's actually fill up our inventory. My timer saying it's time to wrap up the first episode is already gone
So
off.
far, we're doing great work,
Oh, that's the
don't you
wrong
think?
slot. I need the... There it is, the manage one. This is where I can tell them what to do. I wanted to build a small trap, but instead of building one of, I want you to top up and keep 2. No, 1 is probably fine. Yeah. And I can also do a second order and just say build 1 of. So he'll build 2. I can place 1, and then they'll have, I need 2 and a top up. There we go. 2 for a quest. I know we've got that. And then that's the quest to return the traps. And then 1 that we're going to build ourselves. I also want him to keep torches around, and I'd like him to keep a simple axe around. So switch those to the top up. And I think 1 of each is probably okay for now. That should be good. Yeah, you know what? Actually, do 2 torches and 2 simple axes. And then we'll do 1 small trap, because they'll use the trap 3 or 4 times, catch some animals, and then it'll break. And to fix it, you need to replace the trap.
Glad it's my home.
There we go. He's already finished the logging camp research, and now he's working on building those trap pieces. So I'm going to go immediately to the stockpile, let him research that. 5 logs, some stone, and we will let him finish that before next episode. And he'll put together those trap pieces, and then we can continue the quest line going forward from there. Let's build another home right close to this one. Looks like we can tuck it in there, probably. That work, or is that going to tell me that's an error? Maybe it's good. 6 flax, 2 logs. Okay, so I'll need to gather some logs, and we'll need to gather some more... Oh, he's chopped a tree down. Need to gather some logs, and we'll need to gather some more wood and some more flax. But we're going to cut it there. Lubomir and I are going to have a grand old time setting up a little rebellion here. We'll see how big the rebellion can get in time. We have to recruit a bunch of people. I'd like a 12.5 at least by the time we're getting ready to rebel, since we did take the choice to have higher rebellions and higher raid damages and all the rest of it. This is going to get dicey quick, so we probably need to recruit people right away, and we probably need to get some better gear for our people. It might be a bit tough to do the first raid. We'll see. But that's it for today. Thanks everybody for joining me. Hope you enjoy the series. I'll stick. Oh, that's not cutting the right tree. I'll stick with this one on probably a daily uploads for this. It's January 1st. This will go up 2026. So happy New Year, everybody! And there'll be this and the other new video we're starting this series, or this January 1st. The new year is the Surviving Mars series. So both of those will be going up daily. This will be our evening video, and the Surviving Mars will be our morning video. So if you enjoy things, hit the like button, stick around a couple videos, and see if you want to pop us a subscribe there and join the channel, hang out, watch the videos, hopefully get YouTube to eventually give you a notification or 2 about something that comes new, because we know how good it is at that. And from then on, thank you everyone. Have yourselves a great rest of the day. We'll see you in game. Luby, say hi to the people. Say bye to the people. Oh man, he's just not cooperating. Good night all.